Hi guys, welcome back to another update video. It's going to be week 5. I can't believe I'm on week 5 of this carnivore journey so far. And I've had nothing but positive benefits from it. So as an update for week 5, I'm feeling better and better. I'm experimenting with some things. I'm noticing that the turkey bacon may not be the best for me digestion wise, especially the next day. It doesn't make me feel as good as just the eggs and the red meat. That stuff makes me feel excellent. If I eat that throughout the week, everything else just takes care of itself, health wise, hormonal wise, energy wise, mood wise, training wise. Everything just seems like it's increased by times 10. So I've been feeling great. Sleep's been good. Stress has been low. Skin's been really good. Actually, I've been noticing some huge skin benefits. Inflammation's down. Bloating is it's there, not as much though, obviously, because I'm just basically meat, eggs, and avocado mayo and bone broth. But some stuff's still there. Some stuff isn't. It's gonna take it's a process though. Like I said, people have been on this for years. I'm only on week 5. So I'm liking the approach. I'm still doing the refeed day, 1 day a week. 1 day seems to be okay with me. I actually don't feel bad after that refeed day, to be completely honest with you. It's like I said, it's a snowball effect for me. It's like a snowball that rolls up throughout the week. But everything, I've been feeling great. And I'm really not looking back. I just can't believe my energy levels and how great those are. That's been like the best feeling ever. No crashes throughout the day. And I felt like this before, but God, I miss this feeling so much, and you don't realize it until you come back to it. As for blood work, my cholesterol is elevated. I try not to look too much into that. I try to pay attention to the triglycerides and the HDL ratio, but unfortunately I do have a genetic cholesterol. I think it's called hyperlipidemia, and it runs in my family, so I do have that genetically, whether I'm on a low-fat diet or a high-fat diet. So if I'm going to go on a high-fiber, low-fat diet and feel like crap and still have high cholesterol, then I'm going to go on a carnivore diet where I feel my best. Debating on taking medications right now, but we'll see where that goes. We'll see. I'll have to think about that in the future, because the thought of being on some medications makes me a little nervous, and I see a lot of horror stories about them, but I also see a lot of benefits of videos about them too. So I guess it's to, whatever you want to do as a person. So if I think about it and think I should take it, then I'm going to. If I don't think I should, then I'm not going to. But I'll let time tell that, and I'll let God tell that. I really think of the manifestation. You can really think things into existence. So I'm just trying to think positive thoughts on everything and live my best life like everybody else should be. But it's really my week 5 update. I haven't tried to add anything back in yet. I will in the future. I just feel really good right now. I know people have been asking about my update, so I'm trying to give a week-to-week update. Work's been crazy. Meal prep's been super easy. If you guys need a meal prep on this, to me, it's the easiest thing you can do, especially if you work a 9-to-5 job. I mean, places have hard-boiled eggs. If you're in a pinch and want a snack, you could even pack those in your lunches. You could pack steak, you could pack beef, and you could just literally go on the grill, throw 10 burger patties on. You might have lunches for the week right there. And it's so convenient, it's so easy. Cost, the only time it's like really when you spend the most money when you go grocery shopping for this. And for myself, I've only had to go grocery shopping at least twice a month. It's pricey when I go, trust me. It's not cheap when you go, but it lasts. It does, especially if you buy in bulk. I try to get all my meats mainly at Sam's Club, sometimes Walmart when I'm in a pinch. As you will see today in this video, I'm going to take you through a shopping day as well after this update, and you guys will see what I get at Walmart. But continuing on with the update, I've noticed bowel movements have been less frequent. But when I do go, I go much fuller than I used to, which is a good thing. Some days I get backed up and it's uncomfortable. Some days I don't. It just depends, I think, on how much fat I'm eating in the day and how late I'm eating towards bed. I do aim to eat 2 meals a day, lunch and dinner, and they're pretty hefty. They're over 1,000 calories in each meal. I was gonna try experimenting also in the future with doing like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe spread out the meals. Maybe my digestion will be a little bit better if I, instead of, because I wake up bloated a lot, and I wonder if it's because I'm just putting my meals towards really late in the day. But unfortunately, my work schedule, you got to pick your poison. It doesn't work like that. It's either I don't eat when I get home from work and starve, or eat something and go to bed. So that I'm picking the second part of that always, especially when I get home. I'm craving steak all the time. So that's a positive. But that's my update for week 5. I already touched on energy. Everything's good there. Gym performance is fantastic, getting stronger every week. Anytime you can add a weight on, it feels good. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this. And I'm going to keep on continuing this way of eating until I notice any really bad side effects. I do have a coronary calcium artery scan scheduled for in April. So I'm very curious about that. And we'll see what that comes back as, since I do have really high LDL and total cholesterol. But that's where I'm at, guys. So now let's get into the shopping aspect of the video. So when I go to Walmart, I look, Walmart is a very cost-effective place and you could buy meat, you could do a carnivore diet shopping at Walmart. When I go to Walmart, I usually try going for I'll buy the prime rib, the big prime rib that I can cut up and I can just freeze it in my freezer. I'll measure it out. I'll look at the calories. I'll measure it out. I know which bag it is because I'll label a bag. And I'll slice that up, and it'll give me for what I do, it gives me a big serving, a big portion. So, and it lasts. And that's the whole thing about this diet, is trying to buy stuff that's going to last you a while, because you can freeze meat. So, it's not like you go to the store and buy, vegetables and fruits and they go bad in like a week. You can you can buy meat and it lasts. And then I will also buy ribeye steak. I will buy usually the USDA Walmart brand one when I go to Walmart. It comes in a pretty nice pack. It could be pricey, anywhere between $35 and $45 for 3 steaks. But it gives me a big portion. It's already cut up. That's when I'm not really trying to get the prime rib, because if I get the prime rib, I could just cut it up. But I will buy the ribeye steak if they're having a good sell on it, or if it's something that they only have in stock at the time. So I will get that. Then I will get the round steak when I'm cutting. So if I'm in a diet mode and I'm trying to eat less fat, I will definitely go for the round, because it's very cost effective and you can get a lot of portions out of it. Trying to gain bulk on this diet is actually more expensive than cutting, because the meat's leaner. It's weird, but that's how it works. And then I will also get the eye of the round, because that's a leaner cut and it's price effective for me. Only during a cut. I never try to get leaner meats when I'm trying to get calories in and put on some mass. But that's usually it for those are my steak choices. And top sirloin I will get when I'm trying to cut as well. But those are really my steak choices. Walmart, they didn't have the top sirloin in stock this time, so I kind of just skimped on it. And then as for ground beef, when I'm trying to gain weight, I usually try to get the 85-15 ground beef. 80-20 I go for, but the 85-15 really tastes really, really good to me. And the good thing about Walmart is that they actually do have grass-fed beef as well. So if you're one of them that like the grass-fed, which I do like grass-fed because of the omega-3, the omega-6. But I do like grass-fed, and I always try to get grass-fed when I could. But sometimes, it's going to have to be grain-fed, grain-finished, because of, just how much the price is. And then when I'm trying to cut down, I will get 93.7 beef. Here's the grass-fed version of it. Or I will usually get the 96.4 beef as well. So I usually alternate between those two, depending on which one I want for lunch and which one I want for dinner. And that's usually how that goes for ground beef. As for spray, like the coat the pan, I get olive oil spray. Uh, Usually Walmart's brand when I'm shopping at Walmart. It's olive oil. It's not canola or grapeseed or any of this other crappy seed oil that they have out there. I do get olive oil. It does very well with me. It does very well with a lot of others. So olive oil, I will grease my pans with. And also when I want extra fat, I will buy the avocado mayo, as you guys seen in the previous videos. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out my previous videos, go check back my week 1, my week 2, my week 3 updates, and my week 4 updates. And I think there's a couple more videos in there to catch you up on where I'm at in my journey. And all likes and subscribes would be appreciated, because I'm going to keep on doing these as long as I could. I'm not going to be able to get to them every week. I'm trying to right now to get this YouTube thing down. But some weeks are going to be hectic, and others I'll have more time to make these videos. And something else I also get, I forgot to mention this, I will buy frozen burger patties, because sometimes they're very convenient. If I don't feel like measuring out the meat, I can just look on the back and they have all the macros and stuff right on there. So they're very conventional. I buy this Philly brand at Walmart, pop them in the air fryer, cook them on the grill, whatever's easiest for me. And that's usually how I roll with those. And also a very important thing for me is bone broth. It really helps with digestion, guys. I'm telling you. If you want to substitute, I do drink coffee too, but if you want to substitute it in the morning instead of coffee, that'll be great. I usually have it at night with my dinner. It helps me digest a big meal before bed. That's just my take on it. I got that one from Stan Efferding. He's real big on bone broth and his monster mashes. So if you want any more information on that, go check out some of his videos. And last but not least, eggs. I usually buy the pasture-raised eggs at Sam's Club when I'm in a pinch, especially right now with the inflation of eggs going up like crazy. This brand, Walmart's brand, you get 60 eggs for like $8 and some change. I mean, that's not bad. That's a steal if you ask me. They're not pasture-raised or anything, and I do like buying pasture-raised. But if I'm in a pinch and I need eggs, this is gonna have to do for me. That's just how I look at everything, guys. As long as it's meat, eggs, or that avocado mayo that I use, I love that, grass-fed butter, then I'm okay with it. It's not, once in a while, grain finished ain't gonna hurt me. There's people that eat grain finished all the time, and they think it tastes better, and quite frankly, sometimes it does. I do like the taste of grain-fed beef, actually better than grass-fed, but I just think grass-fed's a little bit healthier. So that's my week 5 update, and that's my Walmart shopping trip. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, share this wherever you want, and I will see you guys back here for my next update. Take care.